So what I'm bringing to Japan is it's an interesting thing. I have this obsession with redundancy because I am terrified that a DSLR will break. I am going to bring my 5D Mark II, and I love the idea of that, but I'm afraid that as soon as I go to take my first nice photo, shutter's just going to break. Don't know why, just have a feeling. And also, if I'm going to be taking a nice trip, I should probably be redundant anyway. There's a certain level of will to be prepared that I have about my own life, and this is probably just the example of you can be so prepared and you'll still wish you brought more. So I gotta just tame myself a bit, and this is what I will be bringing. Like, I'm going to probably just keep everything in this camera bag until it's time to go, so I don't change anything more. And I'll do my best to hold it up here and balance my foot on something under my desk to hold it up. Okay, what do we got? So I have, let me preface this by saying the 51.4 will go in here, and the 5D Mark II will go in here. They're over here currently because I use it as a day-to-day walk-around camera. But over here I have my 60D with a battery grip. Very important. You gotta have the battery grip. I might try and find one in Tokyo for the 5D Mark II. We'll see. And I'll work from the bottom up. This is my EOS 1N. Very important. This is where one of my redundancy things is just screeching in my ear, like a banshee through the parabolic mic in Phasmophobia, right? One film camera. If this, I believe it's made in 1996 for my model, if my 29-year-old camera decides to fuck itself over and die, I will be film camera-less, and I'll have to go buy another one. And that will suck a lot. So I'm hoping this will work. I'm bringing my most, in theory, reliable camera. Please don't die, right? And we'll see how that fares. Up here would be the RX100, which I'm filming on right now. And here I have my 24-105 f4 version 1, because that's what I could afford. It's got some nice scratches and shit. It is what it is. It's an L lens and it works great. And I have this 10-18 that I have modified to fit on a full frame film camera, which it does, but still not my 5D Mark II for probably various reasons that in my other video people are like, oh yeah, it works on mine. I'm like, okay, well, I guess maybe I didn't take off enough, or maybe the firmware just prevents it. If it manages to clear with the mirror, it's like, this is not the right lens, I'm not putting that back down, you know. Who knows? I don't know. Doesn't really bother me that much though, because I just wanted it for film. And I have this very nice Kodak EasyShare C300. This reminds me of my childhood a lot, because this was the first camera model that I owned. This is not the exact one, I had to rebuy it. And it takes, well, right now I have like a 64 megabyte card in it, and it also has a 16 megabyte card over there. I don't have the cable to access its internal memory, unfortunately. But it takes great little photos. It does. Not in low light, but it definitely captures a certain feel in its small 3 megapixel JPEGs. It very much just looks kind of like how those photos when you were a kid would look. And let's be honest, all I knew about Japan growing up was, oh my god, it's video game land. That's because that, you know, you grew up around Nintendo stuff and Sega stuff, and that's what you understood. You understood that Japan had a ton of technology and that it was very interesting to look at. It was like, this place is so cool and futuristic. And then you grow up and you learn politics and you learn other day-to-day life struggles, and you realize they're just like us. But this still helps you see through the eyes of your previous self and kind of see, not magic, but it helps you see a little more nostalgia to every photo, you know? And I like that. But also, it's an old camera. Let's use it. In here I have a mist filter, which will probably live only on this lens because it only fits the 24 to 105 right now. And I have this nice lens cleaning brush thingy, very important. And I got 3 chargers, 2 for the LPE6 batteries and 1 for the RX100 batteries, because the RX100 can also be charged in camera, but I also have one on the side. Just got to make sure you charge everything. And those batteries take a while to charge, if I recall, so that's annoying, but you know, it is what it is. No, I think that's it. There's just a lot of stuff that I'm bringing, and I'm trying to not overpack. But I'm like, okay, I can just fit one more film camera in here, but I can't. This is the hardest part of a photographer's journey, right? Is trusting your gear. If you can't trust your gear, then you probably don't have good gear. But that small man paid by the government in my head to put negative thoughts in there is like, hey, what if your stuff were to break? You just gotta go through and say, it'll be fine.